First time in channel history, we're doing a joint character analysis video for none other than Doffy, Donquixote Doflamingo. We gotta get into it. Like, his personality is special. What more can be said about him? What do you think about his personality?
Doffy gives me Godfather vibes. I'm on the top of the table holding my wine glass and I have my minions. That's all. He is just a badass. He came out of the womb with shades. He's a badass. That's all I have to say.
Like,
he is the epitome of male pride. I want to be like Doffy.
Like, when you grow up, you want to be like Doffy? Like, with the fur coat, not fur coat. What is he? Feather coat.
No, I have not seen a character that has so much pride in himself like Doffy. Apart from, well, we can mention one. Escanor. But apart from Escanor, Doflamingo is definitely up there. How can you come out of the womb with just straight pride? Like, he has so much belief in himself.
Doffy is 10 feet, so you can't falter for that kind of pride.
Bro, even when the boy was just touching the ground, like, this guy was out there shouting at his dad, bro. Like, your dad, you're useless. At that age, bro, you can't do that unless you have so much confidence in yourself and so much pride. Like, I'm a king. I'm a god.
He is a conqueror. Like, that leads perfectly to the next point. Like, the flashback, like, his flashback. His story from Marijoa down to Dressrosa, essentially.
Honestly, I have to say, I don't blame Doffy for turning out the way he was, bro. Bro was living. He was living the life. And then his stupid father decided, you know what? I'm going to be a normal person and live with the peasants. Like, why are you living with the peasants when you're a god? Obviously, if I was in Doffy's shoes, I would be annoyed too. And then I come back down with my family and my brother and my mother. My mother gets sick because we're broke.
Don't forget the fact that also they were basically hung. Like, the whole family were taken from their house. They got robbed. Everything was taken from them. And now the mom died in poverty.
So when they first came down, they went into the town. People found out that they were Tenrubito, and then they chased them out of town. So they became broke and started living on scraps, worse than peasants from being gods. Then the mom got sick. Because they're peasants, they have no money to take care of themselves. So they died. So the mom died.
The only question that I have for, like, the father is, how dumb and naive can you be? Like, to come down, no security, nothing.
Bro, he grew up that's what happens when you grow up in such a closeted society. Yeah, he doesn't know life. That's the thing. He thought when people come and I show them that we're nice, we're different, we care about you guys, he thought people in the world were going to accept him for who he is. He thought wrong. He thought wrong. Bro was surprised when they hung him Jesus style.
So, like, I saw a lot of people on Twitter that are saying, like, why did Doffy become the way he is and Corazon went the other way? Like, for me, it's basically simple. Like, Doffy could remember the good days. Corazon could not really remember the good days. Alright?
I mean, how many years between them? 3? 2?
3 or 4.
I think, for me, it's just interpretation of experiences. It's like how, the good example is Naruto and Gaara. So that's why I like to say Corazon interpreted his situation.
When they came down, Doffy was 7.
Yeah, Corazon was what, like 3,
like
4?
Like 4, like 3.
Yeah, so like 3 or 4. Yeah, definitely he didn't remember the good old days. So like
he can't remember when Doffy was calling out slaves.
Yeah, he was in a much better situation to just view the world more optimistically.
Yeah.
And like to put the blame on themselves. But Doffy,
Doffy was having none of that.
Yeah, man, Doffy was living the good life and he went down to scraps. Of course I'm gonna become a tyrant. You know? And at the same time, I think Corazon is just more like his father than Doffy.
Yeah. He's one of those, like, whatever happens, GG's kind of guys.
Yeah, he's like so optimistic. Like, bro, how can you? Because he ended up even being a Marine. He went on with his life, trying to do good. And where did that get him? Death. That should be a lesson for you guys.
I mean, his brother killed him, but that's neither here nor there.
He whatever happens, he's still 6 feet under.
Yeah. So, Doffy is in jail.
You young boys, you should take that as a lesson.
What's the lesson?
Don't be good. Like, don't be thinking the world doesn't care about you. The world doesn't care about you. It will spit back. The world will spit at your face if you think you want to change it. It will spit at your face and put you 6 feet under. We've seen it several times. All the good guys are dead. They died early. Did they not? Even in our real world.
That escalated very quickly.
Let's not get political.
Let's talk about law.
This is the perfect chance to take a pause. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You can comment later. You can share after the video, but like, subscribe, enjoy.
Right.
Like his relationship with Law, like how he was essentially kind of a mentor figure before Corazon stepped up.
I mean, I would even go as far as to say that he wanted Law to be his successor. Like when he saw Law and he saw the trauma that he went through in his childhood, like he related with Law in that aspect. Law seeing how they just cleared his whole family and city, and with how smart Law was and how he picked up all the lessons that were taught to him, I would go so far as to say Doflamingo wanted Law to be his successor until he was corrupted by Corazon.
Facts. So that's definitely a perfect way to put it. Because like for him, Corazon was his weakness, and everybody in the family knew Corazon was Doflamingo's weakness, and like a lot of things that he just overlooked. Like Corazon was gone for 10 years, he came back, and Doffy was like, Corazon is my brother, me against my brother and I against the infidel, essentially.
Yeah, like if you watch House of Dragons, you know how like brothers can be weaknesses for kings, you know. So he had a soft spot for his brother, and that's why him killing his brother is a big part in his character development, because that signifies dropping the dead weight from your life.
He wasn't scared to take down anybody, and that's what led him to become the Joker that he is. Like, basically, he was essentially the center of the world. Everyone had to deal with Doflamingo. Whether you liked him or you didn't like him, you got to deal with him.
He was the king of the underworld, hustler, business mind, which is why he's one of my role models again. Everything goes through him in the underworld.
You only need those shades and the fur coat.
And another thing is, he actually knows his spot. Do you understand what I'm saying? Some people tend to do overboard when they get big. He knows he can't deal with Kaido. So he decides to put himself in the middle. Like, he's still his boss. And he became a Shichibukai, meaning like government should not disturb me. Yeah. So he was now operating in the perfect position where nobody could actually mess up with him. He was treating the big guys that could kill him good.
Respect.
Meaning like, yeah, because now he's big guys selling weapons and selling things to Kaido. So now
he was also the middleman for the Marines. Like, he was the guy doing the deals with Wano and the other countries for the Marines.
Yeah, he was just everywhere. So you can't just take him out, because if you take him out, everybody would be affected.
The streets would never forget Doflamingo's work.
Exactly.
So now that he's in jail, what do you think? Do you think we're ever going to see Doflamingo in a big stage again, or is he going to be in jail to the end of One Piece?
I'm thinking Doflamingo. I have a feeling that all you guys from Impel Down are gonna bust out eventually, and with the introduction of the Seraphim, we'll get to see. Even if we don't see Doflamingo,
we'll see young Doffy.
We'll see a young black Doffy, which makes him better.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they give him the feather coat. Like, without a feather coat, is he even Doffy?
He's not Doflamingo. I think we're going to see Doflamingo again. Like he's not. The fact that we see dead people come back, we definitely will see Doflamingo. That they specifically made a point to put him in jail, you know.
Yeah, but like the thing is, we've seen him like almost at the end of every arc, but the last arc we didn't see him.
We didn't see him at the last arc, yeah. But
as the world essentially moved past Doflamingo, is that like symbolism from Oda?
No, I don't think so. I just think we're gearing up for his return. We're gearing up for it. It's not going to be now. It's going to be later on. But
yeah. Him and number 2, Mr. 2, Bonclay.
Yes, him and Bonclay. I think Bonclay is not in Impel Down anymore, though. Is he? Oh, he is. He's king. He is. Kingdom, yeah. Or whatever. So yeah, I'm thinking, at the end, before the end of the show, Doflamingo is definitely going to reappear because it will be crucial in the war. Even though, to be honest, like the story doesn't need him anymore. If I'll be honest, it's just because of my own bias and how much
I love Doffy too much.
It's just because of my own bias and how much I love Doffy that I just want to see him back. But the story doesn't need him anymore. He's not even strong enough to compete with the big boys again. So he wouldn't even add anything.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough.
Right now, like Luffy is gonna one-shot him. Zoro would kill him. Sanji would kill him. All these guys, like he's just fodder for the crew right now. And basically, we'll just remember Doflamingo as the guy that just
we'll remember him back in the day, like the way he put Law in his place.
Yeah, we'll remember him back in the day, and he's also very important to Law's character development, which is, I think he has added everything that he needs to add to the story. There is nothing more that he would add because, yeah, I think that's the end of Doflamingo's chapter. He can rot in prison now.
Anyway, that has been our Doflamingo character discussion. Let us know if you want to hear more character discussions like this down below in the comments, or let us know which character you want to hear from us next. Like, comment, share, subscribe, thumbs up.